Just impressions of Jeff Lockheed today. Obviously, got the spring. It seemed like you guys, and you were saying that he felt head and shoulders above most of the other guys in the competition. Today seemed like a reflection of that, but what were your impressions of Jeff?
Yeah, I think we talked about this at the end of last week. I think the spring game is always way overblown in terms of its value or the immediate impression. But yeah, Jeff had a great spring. I thought he did a pretty good job today in terms of what he was asked to do. Had a few drops, as did Taylor. Taylor had a few drops that were kept some drives going up, early there. And then we were pretty limited in what we did. But as far as what he needs to do and what he needs to do to, quote, be the guy, he had a very, very good spring.
Right next to it, Mark. Had Charles been playing offense to this extent during practice, this past month, and does anything about just seeing how explosive he can be today do anything to weigh whether or not what side of the ball he ends up on?
Well, yes and no. I mean, he was throughout the spring. He would come to the offense for some one-on-one stuff, some drill work, just to keep that fresh. And for a guy like Charles, I mean, he was out there lining guys up on offense. That's how much he knows our system already. And so that's why we felt comfortable moving him in the beginning. Is if we needed to flip him back, today happens. So yeah. As soon as the teams came out and he was on that team, I knew exactly what was cooking. He was I think the Vegas favorite for MVP there for today.
What'd you think of Braylon coming out today?
Not that we would bet on anything. Sorry.
What'd you think of Braylon today? How do you think he looked?
I have to watch the film. Made a couple plays, obviously, with the ball in his hands, which was encouraging. He had a couple big plays earlier on in some scrimmages against the threes. So today it was a little bit more realistic. But he's a guy that just I think physically everything is there from a knock on wood from a rehabilitation standpoint, and now he just needs to totally cut it loose from a confidence standpoint, from a mental standpoint.
Mark, your center is a new position for you guys. How do you feel like you guys have performed this spring and then today?
It's not a new position
Well,
for us.
sorry.
We usually had a center.
Yes,
but
replacing Ronas.
we are replacing Hronis. It's been good. It's been competitive. I think it's kind of like when you're talking about playing quarterback, that position's vital. But also when you're talking about quarterback, we had 2, 3, 4 guys rotate in there, and it's just going to be a mix and match deal at the end of the day. Who are the best, chess pieces? And if we have 2 tackles that we feel good about, we can slide whoever, Matt Pearson around, Tyler Johnstone in the mix, all these other guys in the mix. Cameron Hunt had a really good spring at center. And then the other guys, I'm going to blank on, of course, right now, Jake Pisarchi and a couple of the guys that we've worked in there give us some flexibility.